She's with us. Let her pass. Outlander, Chief Hikaru and Marshal Katalo await you within.
The cool route should be starting soon. Once it's done, I'll be able to access the chamber below Hikaru's throne. And Ether.
Outlander, the Chief awaits you in the arena, past the throne.
This must lead to the arena. It's another part of the ruins, turned into a fighting ring. This could be useful.
Aloy, it seems you've had to move mountains to bring the Sky Clan to heel. Literally.
Katalo helped.
Yes. Chakotay reprimanded for all the clan to see. You both served well. But now the cool route is at hand. Some have come to compete, others to bear witness. They know Regala will come for me.
I'll do whatever it takes to hold up my end, as long as you remember yours. So what's the plan?
Katalo.
There are only two viable ways to attack the arena. Through the throne room you just passed, and by the trail on the north end. We've set up barricades at both. But if Regala means to assault the cool route with machines, she will have to attack by the trail.
You will join our defenders there. Hold the line, and I'll have my marshals. You will be free of my service and receive your reward. Make whatever preparations you must. Once the cool route begins, you must see it through.
The grove, the arena, it's all part of the same ancient structure?
Yes. Here the land remembers the sacrifice of the 10.
Sacrifice?
The visions tell us that on the ground below, they gave their lives in a fight against machines. We honored them by holding.
I know where I'll be.
I will be here with the Chief, where I belong. Should the fight reach us, We will take the blood oath.
If it comes to that.
Let's get this over with.
Good. You'll find Deca at the North Barrack. Strike true as the 10.
We'll assist Marshal Catalo regarding the chief. We all have our orders. We'll see the cool route through. Regala will come from the chief. That lowlander.
This?
Walk with strength. Skill will determine who becomes.
It must not be
defined. You have ceremonies like this in
We honor the marshals who fell and those who fall.
The cool route will start as soon as the chief gives the order.
The challengers will soon enter the arena. Join Deca at the North Barricade.
Be vigilant. It's clear Hikaru isn't afraid of Regala.
This is a ceremony, not mere entertainment.
You'll need... A battle's coming!
You can feel it in the air.
My strength is yours.
Mr. Cote,
Your enemy.
spells, of course.
Chief champion. What an honor.
Mr. Cote fixed his ego before coming here.
Easterner.
Didn't think the Sky Commander himself would be joining us today.
If there's a chance my challengers will be facing Regala, it is only right their commander join in their fate.
Or maybe you need to save face after what happened at the Bulwark.
Careful now. Sometimes sharp wits bring out sharp spears.
I'd save my spear for Regala's troops, if I were you. Okay. Hikaru's defenders should be at the end of the stretch.
But we must win. And look, we are not alone. Focus on the machines. Take them down. and Regala's forces become no different from our own.
Yes, Chaplain.
Watch each other's backs. Dismissed. Our soldiers are ready. They will defend the cool route from below. But from above...
Not bad. Where did you get it?
One of our squads ripped it off a fallen machine. The honor is yours. Regala may have her tricks, but you will show her our teeth.
Dunno! The cool route is upon us! Our struggle demands new blood! New leaders! Release the quarry! Challengers, approach! All who take down a machine shall be named Marshal. Remember the 10. Strike from the air as they did, and seize your glory.
Hold them back! Defend the cool route! There. What is that?
I don't know.
Get to the weapon! If I can draw that thing close, open fire! Hey! That's right, over here, you big worm!
Stay down and catch up to Regala. Hopefully they can off and fire a few shots from that ballista. Regala went after Hikaru and Katalo. I gotta get to them. Ready for anything now?
Champion! Get to the chief!
Let's go.
Get to the chief! He's in the throne room! Stop for Get to the... Help the chief!
This isn't finished! I'll be back with everything I have! And all who stand with Hikaru will be run red.
At attention. You fought well. Proved yourself against enemies both metal and flesh. I name you all Marshal. Your first order is to secure the arena from any remaining rebels. Go. I failed. I should have finished Regala. But now she'll be back with more machines. Stronger than ever.
I'll do what I can to help.
No, you've done enough. Far more than our bargain called for. When we first met, you spoke of your true mission on which all depends. I wasn't certain if I believed you then. But I believe in you now. So leave me. And get to your task.
What will you do?
Tend to the wounds. What you need is there. Take it. Your deeds today will be remembered like those of the 10.
This is it. Aether's below. There. That console. Come on, Aether. Time to go home. Yes. Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master override activated. Restoring Aether subordinate function to original code.
Got it. Now to get this back to Gaia.
The visions in the grove have changed. The words of the Ten are now clear to us. Here, this must be the vision that Chief Hikaru saw years ago. All of the visions are changed, and this one just arrived. The visions throughout the grove are different now. And this one, it just appeared. Is this your doing?
Visions have changed.
That's the one that inspired Chief Hikaru.
More testimony of the old ones.
Hear now the words that reunited a people. Following the tragic events of the war, Anne Faraday, the chief architect of the reconciliation effort, addressed a nation in need of hope.
If we look into the future, the lens of the recent past, our fears loom. Wars waged against machines, scarcity of food and water, storms that drive us from our homes. But true courage means facing those fears with conviction instead of cynicism. Leading the peacekeeping women, these marshals of the new Southwest, has strengthened my conviction that when we are united, we can overcome any threat. Join me. Join us in that conviction as we strive for a nation and a world without want or war.
Reporting for duty, Commander. I'm coming with you.
But Hikaru needs you.
Because of you, he has new marshals. And a rallying cry the clans cannot ignore. So I will stand with you on your mission. Give whatever is left of my life. It is what I choose.
How can I say no to that? Zoe, there's someone who wants to join us. I need you to meet him in the foothills and guide him the rest of the way.
Will do, Aloy.
Go to the mountains, west of Plainsong. A friend of mine will meet you on the ascent. I'll join you when I can.
A friend of yours? Should be interesting.
All right. I need to get Ether back to Gaia. Seems like capturing it did something to the other holograms, too. Might be worth checking out.
May your blade be bright.
Join JTF-10 for a covert operation deep within the rainforest.
The enemy these soldiers faced.
Always be vigilant.
Whether at home or abroad, JTF-10 protected assets critical to the insurrection. Deep in the jungle, concealed by mud and darkness, they laid their traps for their enemies.
It has been too long since the last cool route.
Perhaps Regala's threats were empty.
The cool route can begin.
Regala will
We won't let Regala take the grove.
May your enemies fall.
Discover how JTF-10 claimed home field advantage in the desert. JTF-10 seized key assets all across the desert. Where others feared the Mojave's raging sandstorms, JTF soldiers used them for cover, crippling enemy supply lines. Observe the grit of JTF-10 in the mountain. Trained to outlast. Conditioned for any climate.
May your blade be bright.
JTF-10 were elite defenders in even the most remote mountain landscapes.
Oh yeah? Which one? Let us hope the new marshals don't meet the fate of those Aloy. There will be blood if you will.
It's worth a shot.
Out in the field or relaxing at base, Joint Task Force 10 acted as one. Led by Colonel Edward de la Hoya, their bodies and weapons were always honed for battle. Meals, ink, bruises. These daredevils of the sky shared it all.
Blood of the 10, Aloy. Regala denied. The truth of the vision. I doubt you have enough skin to mark all your deeds.
We'll just have to remember them then.
Well, but that's not why I wanted to speak with you. My grandson, Cavo, which means he must still be with Regala's remaining forces.
He was taken prisoner.
No. He joined them willingly. Like many young soldiers who seek to mark their skin with... I must search for him. Chief Hikaru cannot spare any soldiers for this task unless you'd be willing to join me. I know it is much to ask, but Cavo is the last of my blood.
What made Cavo join?
For some, Regala represents it. During the Red Raids, it wasn't easy to turn the clans back at Barren Light. Many wanted to pursue the Karja all the way to Meridian.
So when Regala attacked the embassy, they took it as a cult.
Yes. Care only about the glory they think they'll earn by hunting an age-old enemy. As for Cavo, it was probably a bit of both. And a youthful desire for... Nothing I said could...
So if Cavo didn't listen to you when he... What makes you think he will now?
Cavo was too young to fight during the Red Raids. More, but he must have experienced the suffering it brings. I just have to find him before...
You said Cavo's your last...
Yes. Before Chief Hikaru, every skirmish claimed another comrade. One by one, I buried my children.
I'm sorry.
I tried to vent my grief on the battlefield, only in the wisdom of... And even so, I still...
If Cavo joined, will Hikaru let...
The chief knows the value of mercy. And the rest of the tribe I'm more concerned about. They won't quickly accept someone who betrayed them. Even with my support, it won't be easy.
But you have to try. I'll help you find your grandson, if I can.
A while back, our scouts reported Cavo's squad left one of Regala. His squad never returned, but the scouts also spotted one of...
So we'll start at the Alp. We free the prisoner, maybe they'll know...
Shall we head out?
I have some other things to take care of.
I'll wait for you on the hill crest, southeast. We'll make our way to the Alp. Until then...
You're on. Yeah, he's on your father.
You're on.
Hot. I'm sweating everywhere.
Good day. Your arrows.
We should ask her. The tribe... Champion, I fear we must lean on your strength and generosity again.
Just tell it to her straight, Ducka. The tribe needs the arena. She's our only hope to getting it open again.
You need the arena? But the cool route's over.
That's true, but we also use the arena to boost the tribe's morale.
We use it for training. Herd in machines so our soldiers can experience the glory of the kill in a controlled setting.
Which, of course, boosts morale. But Chief Hikaru won't let us reopen the arena until the ballista protecting the field is repaired.
We need it in case a machine runs amok, and it was damaged during the cool route. The parts we need aren't easy to find.
I get it. You need me to hunt down some machines and grab the parts.
We'd ask someone else, but every squad in the Grove is on alert. But the task is not without compensation, right, Kala?
Of course. Once the arena is open again, I would be honored to invite you to compete. A wide variety of machines will be available.
And I will award you prizes for victory. Not just from the arena, but also for medals won at hunting grounds. You'll be able to trade them for some of the tribe's very best gear.
To fix the ballista, we'll need a sinew from a rollerback, along with some bristleback tusks. Both kinds of machines have been spotted near a campfire to the southeast. When you're done, bring the parts to me at the maw of the arena, on the northeast side of the grove.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
One more thing. If you're going back into the wilds, I have another duty tied to our soldiers' morale. A regrettable one. Every Tenakth soldier carries a tag carved with their squad symbol. Rebels have been hoarding the tags of the soldiers they kill. You might find such tags at any enemy outpost. If you do, bring them to me. I'll make sure they're returned to the soldier squad mates and loved ones. Having confirmation sometimes soothes their grief. And there are bounties involved, if that matters to you.
Thank you, Champion. And please don't forget the parts for the ballista.
Guess I need to head southeast to find that rollerback. I already have enough bristleback tusks on me.
I see you, champion. Sit, please. I hear the rebels want you dead, Outlander. But I know someone who might be willing to teach you some of their fighting techniques. His name's LaRocca. He trains the soldiers at Scalding Spear, just west of here. Don't think he'd mind seeing the champion in action.
Maybe I'll pay him a visit, if I'm out that way.
Like this? Oh, you're not waving a hammer around, Aaron. Try a gentler touch.
And my big sausage fingers don't really do gentle, okay?
Bring it back. Trace the line. To your right. Other right.
I just saw it. It's the one Aloy found up north. Gotcha! They call it a concussion beat party or something. Yeah, now that's music.
Aloy!
Aaron, you're all better. And you're here.
Well, the world only goes on if you can do your thing. We learn fast enough, we help make that happen. You want all the backup you can get, right?
We still have much training to do, of course. One does not become hunter in a day.
Each seed grows at a pace of its own. Doesn't mean it won't bloom. You should know your Tanakh friend arrived.
Katalo.
I heard their warriors drink people's blood. I want to sleep with one eye open.
I think he's seen enough blood for a lifetime.
I showed him to one of the rooms. He seems to appreciate the privacy.
Looks like you've got things under control. I should get this to GAIA.
Right. We'll keep on training. Catch up as fast as we can.
I'm seeing glyphs in my dreams already.
Well, while you've been off gallivanting around, I've been working with GAIA to find out more about the land gods. So from where I'm standing, you're in need of some training. Come along.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey.
A nice place.
Well, it's not like I built it or anything.
Right. Well, I can see why you had your doubts about bringing us along. It is a lot to take in. But, I don't...
Right. I see Varl gave you a focus.
Well, it doesn't look as fashionable on me, but... Granted, a lot of them are bad, you know, the old world ending, and so I'm still trying to wrap my head around. I never really understood how you were ever able to find my sister back in the Sundom. And now I do. Sort of. It makes me feel like
It takes some time, but yeah. I guess you know what we're up against.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When Varl first told me those, I thought he'd eaten too many of those medicinals. Yeah, but I've gotten used to seeing. I just wish they weren't always trying to...
Yeah. How are you settling in?
Yeah, Varl's been helping me get the lay of the... I don't know who makes him more nervous, that GAIA lady or our new Utaru friend.
Well, what about the Vanguard? Aren't you supposed to be back east?
I sent some of them back to Meridian with a mess. I doubt Avad'll mind me sticking around to...
So,
He's, I thought his people were supposed to be bloodthirsty.
you shouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I should get going.
I just keep...
Wow, this place is starting to come alive.
Yeah, and Gaia placed all the data she got from your focus into that archive room. With the focuses you gave us, we'll be able to access it at our own pace. You know, learn and train. And if you need us, we'll be...
Got it. How's, train?
You know we really are training. Look, she reads glyphs faster than I can already. I'd be a fool to refuse her help.
Of course. You guys reading something over there?
We just finished going through all the logs you collected back in Nora territory, and All Mother Mountain. It's hard to imagine that my ancestors were trapped inside, without the knowledge from Apollo to guide them.
Thanks to Ted Faro.
Yeah. I wonder how it must have felt when they were finally free. The world must have seemed so beautiful.
Not to mention terrifying. They weren't much more than kids.
And they became an entire tribe.
Looks like I was wrong about the Zenith. Their ship didn't explode on its way to Sirius like everyone thought.
And we saw how they lied about creating a better future at their launch facility. Guess they lied about what happened to their ship, but still, a tribe.
I couldn't put a single dent in their shields, Varl. That one Zenith almost killed me.
That didn't stop you from resurrecting Gaia. Won't stop us from using Hephaestus against them.
Let's hope that's enough. I'm guessing you've...
I wanted to pay my respects for those who fell. Told him I'd never seen anyone throw themselves at a machine like he did. He said a warrior shouldn't be praised for fulfilling their duty. For a second I thought I was talking. Never thought of Tanakh than a Nora war chief.
How's...
And we all have our difficult moments. Erend definitely curses the most. But I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness...
How's everyone doing?
Just taking it all in.
Think you can hold the fort?
If Erend, we'll be fine.
Aloy, we've gathered some supplies in that chest. Take what you need.
Varl looks happy about his training partner.
Learning is best done together.
Have you gone back to Plainsong at all?
I thought about it, but I wouldn't know what to tell them. The chorus already thinks me a thorn in the thicket. If they knew what we did to Fa, even if they understood, there'd be little they could grasp about all this. No. For now, I'm...
What are you up to?
Gaia was kind enough to put together a list of glyphs used by the Old Ones. She helped me decipher some of the... and showed me how to use the focus. It's not easy, but...
That's good to hear. I see you've settled...
Gaia did say this place was built so we could regain control of our lands, nurture them like the land god. It does strike me as odd that a place of life should have so much... metal.
Did Gaia tell you anything?
She did. Though to think that there are places among the stars where life can... It is... and heartbreaking. That such life...
You've spoken with Kultur?
A few words. Tanakh, you must have made quite the
So you've been...
Yes. She was kind of including their demise, and the heroic actions of her creator, Elizabeth Sobek. I was surprised to see she was you. Past, but reborn? Not that I claim to understand how.
You've been getting to know Erend, I assume?
Of course. In this case, a very loud friend.
So, how does a tribe like the warriors like the Tanakh?
By holding them on when our fields bloomed aplenty, but Plainsong's dishes provided sanctuary. In the end, the Utaru promised to provide in exchange, the Tanakh, a veteran, to train the Utaru. This custom was abandoned a few years ago, but some veterans still...
I've been meaning to ask. You didn't seem to be on the...
That's what happens when you're the one Utaru who insists on... When the Karja invaded the Utaru, they burned our fields. Those who were too weak to make the trip back to Meridian.
To be sacrificed in the Sun Ring.
I was helping the healers back then. The chorus was divided in how to face the invader. Others believed the dishes would keep us safe. And while they bickered,
I bet.
It couldn't have been easy.
I come from a small village. My grandmother used to say there was no sea. I moved to the dishes when I decided. When the Red Raids began, but the injured kept pouring into Plainsong. One day, I woke up to hear a Karja raiding party had. I rushed there with the healers to help the survivors, but the smell of burning flesh.
I'm sorry, Zoe.
I made it a point to appear before the court to demand that we take a stand. I was denied.
You said you set out to fight the card.
I did. News of my disagreement. Before I knew it, I had more than a dozen. We knew we couldn't take on the Karja armies head-on. But we also knew the lay of the land better than they did. We ambushed smaller raiding parties, sabotaged their supply lines, and hit their
Sounds like you were a force to be reckoned with.
Enough that the Tenakth took notice. When the clans began to push the Karja, we chased the enemy all the way to Ber.
You said you were at Barren Light when the
Tenakth marshals climbed the cliffs of the Daunt under cover of night, then attacked from the other side. Before we knew it, the gates were open, and the full force of the clans burst through. What happened next was, when all the dust and blood settled, our enemies defeated. I went back to Plainsong. It didn't feel like I'd truly...
Is that when you became a grave singer?
I thought soothing the suffering. Then you came along. I could either sing at people's graves...
I'm glad you chose the... Right.
I shall return to...
Aloy.
It's good to see you.
I've been told of our enemy and their intent. Your friends showed me to the... vision you keep... and gave me this focus. But all I really need to know...
Welcome to the team. What are you looking at over there?
The others have been helping me decipher this, so... I thought I'd try to understand the weapon. This... Hephaestus... It will be able to make machines? That answer to GAIA?
Yes.
How many?
As many as we need.
Such power. Has the world ever seen the like?
Now that you know who these...
I'll admit, I find them vulnerable.
For now.
I will leave the strategy. I trust you will point my...
You said the Bulwark was your home a long time ago.
Yes.
That's all you're gonna tell me?
Fine. As you wish. As I grew older, I came to be known. Tekote took... I fought by his side against the Karja and led my squad on a dangerous climb into the... It was I who opened the gate from the east side.
That must have gotten you some attention.
Indeed.
Then why'd you leave?
I became a...
Why did you leave the Sky...
I was sent to the cult. Back then, I would have obeyed his every order. I was too blind to see the fear of a rising young warrior. I returned a hero from the battle at Barren Light. Never occurred to him that I...
Why did Tekote think you wouldn't be a threat?
Tekote knew that if I survived the Kulrut, I'd be forced to forsake the clan to serve the Tenakth as a whole. I'd never be allowed to challenge his... After our victory at Barren Light, said it would be selfish. Even though he knew perfectly well, It was exile. Guised, so I became a marshal.
I'm sorry you had...
I am not.
When we were at the Bulwark, the wings of the Ten... What does it mean?
The visions tell us that the Ten flew on great metal machines with wings, and leapt into battle from the sky. For us, to imitate this feat is the ultimate expression, and it is why the challengers leap into the arena. Many times I imagine the feeling of freedom.
What did Chief Hikaru say when you...
You spilt rebel blood at the Grove. There was little more...
Well, I'm honored.
Indeed.
You've had some time. Any thoughts?
I admit, I was surprised. Farmers don't make for it.
I'm told she rallied some in her tribe and fought all the way.
Interesting.
I should go. Feel free to check in on...
I will. May the Ten...
Oh, Aloy. Your Karja friend came through.
She went to that Oseram camp you two were looking for, to the southwest.
Anybody seen one of my machine strike pieces around?
Why don't you check the cache? Maybe you left it there when you dropped off all that ale.
Oh. Aloy!
So, Talana came?
Yeah, more like rushed through. Only Carja I've ever met but it seemed like she had more...
I have to...
I guess it... Forget something?
I'm guessing Talana...
You got that right. Makes you wonder what this Amad...
Whatever it was.
Must be quiet.
I guess she'll tell... I should go.
Contact her.
I thought you were leaving.
Sounds like...
Yes. But Varl tells me that she...
Yeah. I've gotta go.
Go well.
Holograms. GAIA, I thought you said the data here was lost.
I was able to repurpose the equipment to store the data you have acquired in your travels.
It's a shuttle. Like the one I blew up at Farzinus launch facility. Varl seemed pretty interested in space travel. I guess he wanted a keepsake.
I wouldn't have taught you the song if I didn't like the way you sing it.
So you like hearing your guitar?
I sure don't. You sound like a dying long.
Welcome back, Aloy. When you're ready, please merge ether with me. Afterwards, I must discuss an important matter with you.
GAIA, what is this?
It is a control console for a drone-based imaging system connected to this dome. I will transmit the relevant data to your focus.
Huh. So this Cyclops is a network of drones to monitor the deteriorating biosphere conditions. I guess it was meant to display on the dome, but the drones aren't connected anymore. If I find the drones out in the wilds, I could get the data from them, use it to reconnect them, and restore the display.
Error. Drone feed disconnected.
So, what did you want to discuss?
While you were away, I received an unusual transmission on my dedicated Aletheia frequency.
Aletheia. That's one of the sub-functions you couldn't detect before.
Yes. The transmission occurred so slowly that at first it seemed like an accidental blip of data amongst background static. Once I noticed this irregularity, it took some time to collate the complete message.
Coordinates. Where does it lead?
To a mountain to the northwest of this facility. A word of caution, Aloy. It is possible this transmission is genuine. It is also possible it is being broadcast by someone or something else.
You don't think it's actually Aletheia?
I am uncertain.
What's SOS?
It is an old-world code. A distress signal. A desperate plea for help.
Why would Aletheia send a coded transmission on a frequency only the two of you can communicate on?
I believe it was done as a precaution to avoid detection, or at least to create the appearance of the desire to do so. I am also uncertain why Aletheia would expect that I would be able to detect and respond to its distress signal at all. As far as it is aware, I no longer function.
Okay, so either Aletheia is in trouble and sent the message hoping you were out there, or someone else is trying to get us to go to these coordinates, pretending to be Aletheia.
That is my conclusion as well.
Could the Zeniths be sent?
According to the data I reviewed on your focus, the Zeniths recovered the other Gaia root kernel in the Hades Proving Lab. It is feasible they used it to gain access to my internal frequencies.
So, maybe they sent it thinking you'd respond, and reveal—
Possibly. However, if they intended to provoke me into revealing myself, I would expect the communication to be more routine.
Right. You said the coordinates lead to a mountain to the northwest. What's there?
I have no record of anything of note in that vicinity.
Okay, and what about the other number in the message? 237. Any idea what that means?
I have queried my available databases, but it does not appear to have any significance. Perhaps its meaning can only be understood at the indicator.
All right, I'll go to the coordinates and check out the source of the transmission.
All by yourself? Ha! No way.
I included Erend and Varl in this briefing via their focuses. I concur that you should not investigate this alone.
What if it's a trap?
Of course it could be a trap. But if it really is Aletheia, then it's in trouble, and I need to bring it back. Don't worry. I'll be careful and—
We're coming with you.
Fine. Go grab your things.
We'll wait for you at the west exit, in case you need to upgrade your gear.
Aloy.
That was sneaky of you.
I am pleased you— Is there something you wish to do?
What can you tell me about Demeter?
Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life.
So once I bring it back, all the blight out there will start to get better.
While permanent restoration requires the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to improve conditions in the region for a while. However, a word of warning. Like Ether and Poseidon, Demeter's response to my query was highly irregular. Alone and frightened, it may have taken—
Okay. The missing subordinate functions.
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Aletheia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was
Pharaoh, huh?
Understandable. He appears to have been pathological.
All three of the missing functions have— or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
If attainable, yes. Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic. Perhaps you will be able to procure Aletheia at the SOS Artemis and Apollo, however.
So, Poseidon.
Poseidon controls the organic and chemical composition of water. Once it is restored to me, I may be able to improve conditions in the regional watershed. But I must warn you, it may have taken measures.
I'll be careful. You mentioned that the superstorms have subsided. Is that Ether at work?
Yes. Thanks to Ether's capabilities, weather patterns in the local region should mostly stabilize for the time being.
Well, that's a relief. Be nice not to have to fight my way through
I will continue to stay.
Why did Ether take up residence in an ancient war museum?
As with the other subordinate functions, Ether needed to install itself on a processor with adequate storage and power. The one in the museum appears to have been sufficient, given that the holographic displays were still active.
So Ether was assured it could stay for as long as it needed to.
Correct. Though it is curious that it chose a...
Maybe it also felt at home there. How's Katalo doing?
I detect that the loss of his arms, though he has not voiced, I may be able to assist in his
Really? How are things around?
Zoe has been studying the morphology in an effort to understand theirs. Without the abilities of her I am unfortunately unable. However, Zoe and I are hopeful we will find an alternative way to heal them.
Well, keep at it. Varl and Zoe seem to like...
Indeed. Zoe discovered references to a dietary lifestyle known as... She appreciated the similarity and encouraged Varl.
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed to disagree.
How's Erend handling?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus.
What did he do?
He unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his temple. Amongst a number of Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty. He has given repeated assurances that it will not...
Well, good thing we have a lot of... GAIA? What was Elizabeth like?
Her presence is interwoven with my memories. The moment I came online, she was there. We exchanged greetings, names, then set to our task. It was the first of many conversations. Listening to her stories.
Your friend?
Yes. When I review, though I am glad she made it home, I deeply wish she did not have to be...
She was okay with that. She gave all of herself. The only one who could. Thanks, GAIA. So, Project Zero Dawn. The greatest minds in the world, all working to build the terraforming system while the Pharaoh Plague devoured the planet. What was it like?
Personnel worked in rotations, at all hours of the day. Resources and technology. Within a month of the project's conception, Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time with the rest of the Zero Dawn staff. She said it was important to aid in my emotion.
What were they like?
Scared, hopeful. Achievements on a scale I owe everything to their...
So this facility, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
For the local region, yes. Had humans received their education from the Apollo database, they would have then been guided here to assume operation. As that never happened, this place...
Until Minerva decided to settle here. So I guess this room was meant to keep an eye on conditions?
Yes. From here, the facility's operators would have to observe weather and machine...
That would have been quite a sight.
It may still be should you find Enrique.
I'll keep a lookout. So the Hades Proving Lab, where I found the GAIA kernel. It used to be a Pharaoh research facility?
Yes. The facility was used to engineer and test it appears to have been one of many research and...
Guess it wasn't enough to build automated killing. He wanted viruses to infect... So, a while back, before the battle at Meridian, I went into Banuk territory. I discovered another AI there. One not related to Zero Dawn. Cyan. It was created to oversee operations for a volcanic stabilization project, and it spent the last 1,000 years in isolation. I'm guessing you didn't know about it?
No. From the data on your focus, it seems that Cyan was cut off from the outside world. An effort by its creators to protect it from the Pharaoh Plague.
Any chance it could help us now?
I have already attempted contact, with no success. Given its previous experience with accepting an outside network request, I imagine it is unwilling to—
Right. Because last time Hephaestus enslaved it. Well, that's too bad. The processor Ether was installed on was part of a memorial to something called— Do you know anything?
My knowledge of historical events was unfortunate. However, climate data indicates a peak. Such conditions would see extreme, prolonged droughts, an increase in dust storms.
But they wouldn't have built a museum in the middle, so I guess things got—
Yes. Data levels in the clawback era of the—
There was an ancient tank embedded in the bulwark, buried under a bunch of boulders. Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh Plague, the U.S. military resumed the use of as automated machinery. It is possible the vehicle was part of—
So they fought against the Pharaoh machines until the mountain was blasted apart. I guess I should—
As you say. Aloy, I was able to unlock another room in the main living area.
Good to know. I'll check it out when I can.
Alright, so let me get this straight. The angry Horde that we thrashed at the
Looks like someone's made this space their own.
I see you found Varl and Zoe's room, Aloy. I believe they wanted private accommodations.
I see. Looks like GAIA was able to unlock that door. Looks like Arendt and Catalo moved their stuff in. GAIA, what was this room for?
This was intended to be a recreational room for Control Center operatives. Unfortunately, the entertainment modules were lost with the Apollo database.
Oh, that's too bad. Can't fire without ammo! There's data. Another room. What for?
Switch to a private log? Okay, so, Regional Control Center 9. Design of the facility's coming along. When GAIA finally builds it, it'll have everything it needs. Except personality. So, I'm going to sneak in my own mark. A couple of flourishes. Starting with this little tucked-away hideout. August would have gotten a kick out of it. He loved hidden passages, like the kind in old English castles. But I've got something bigger planned. My piece de resistance, if you will.
I'm back in the sleeping quarters.
There's no ammo for this.